This video is part 3 in the diabetes series, which is focusing mostly on the exercise portion of the equation. A lot of times patients come in saying, well, I can't run because my knees hurt or my hips hurt, or I can't get on an elliptical machine because my back hurt, or I can't get in the swimming pool because I don't know how to swim. A lot of patients have a lot of excuses, and excuses are great. There are very few patients, however, that can't find something that works. So I always tell somebody, you got to find something that works well for you as an individual, number one, but number two, you have to find something that you don't mind doing. Just like I said, don't give up ice cream if you love it. Don't force yourself to get on a treadmill if you hate being on a treadmill. If you force yourself to do something you don't like to do, it's unlikely you're going to keep doing this forever. And a very nice, maybe expensive treadmill could end up being a good clothesline, but it's not going to help from an exercise standpoint. So you have to find something that you don't mind doing or something that you learn to enjoy. My wife does a lot of aerobics classes. I never did much aerobics classes, but doing it with my wife, I actually find enjoyable, and I don't mind doing those classes at home. Some people would rather be at a health club and go to a gym where other people are there to help push them. Other people don't want to do it, and most people have a television or a computer. You can pull up an aerobics workout on your TV or on a computer and do it in your own privacy where nobody needs to watch you. So you have to find something that you don't mind doing that you can do. For people that have significant orthopedic problems, what I found works very well is a recumbent bicycle. And some patients say, I can't afford that. There are very good recumbent bicycles for $100 or $200 at Walmart or Amazon, or even reused sports stores you can find them. Recumbent bicycles, you essentially sit in a bucket seat, your feet are up in front of you. If you have back problems, as I do, there's no weight at all on your back because you're sitting in a seat. Unless you have really bad hip problems, you're sitting down with your legs in front of you, so there's no weight on your hips. So all you're doing is moving your legs. And for people with knee problems, same thing. You're not putting the weight of your entire body on your knees. The only weight is really the tension that you set the bicycle to. Some people like little pedalers, which are just a pedal portion of a bicycle that they can put under their chair at a kitchen table or under a desk at a computer. The recumbent bicycle tends to work well overall from an orthopedic standpoint. If you have access to a swimming pool, swimming also tends to work well from an orthopedic standpoint. I found that patients tend to burn more calories with the recumbent bicycle, which you can put in front of a television. If you watch 8 hours of television daily, I tell them for 15 minutes each hour, be on the bicycle and pedal for the 15 minutes. This way, over an 8-hour period, you get 2 hours of exercise. Another question I frequently get is, well, how much exercise is too much exercise? Well, in general, for patients coming to my office, they're not going to have to worry about getting too much exercise. There is a point where too much exercise can be harmful, and whether that's running marathons, and over the past several months, actually over a 2-week period, both the women and the men not only beat but shattered world records in London and Chicago, which is where this is recorded from. Now, congratulations to the two runners. It was great to watch them run. But endurance sports like that, or Ironman, may be a harmful thing from a heart standpoint. But I'm trying to get patients to get 45 minutes to an hour and a half, or maybe 2 hours of exercise per day, if they can get to that much. That's not endurance exercise. So for the target audience of these videos, it is unlikely any of these patients are going to end up exercising too much unless they completely change their lifestyle and become ultramarathoners. And at that point, you have to think about maybe you're pushing yourself too far. But the goal is to try to get a minimum of 45 minutes of exercise either every day or most days of the week. And that's a minimum. Getting up to an hour or 90 minutes of exercise would be even better. Another common thing I hear from patients, and some of you who are watching this video might be thinking the same thing, is you can probably eat an entire cake and you'd lose weight. I can look at a slice of cake and I'm going to put on 5 pounds. Well, that's not exactly true. The metabolism in someone who weighs 300 pounds is actually much faster than my metabolism. If we both do the same exercise for 30 minutes, a 300-pound person is going to burn many more calories than what I'm going to burn because you're carrying a lot more weight. And that's great if you watch The Biggest Loser or shows like that. You notice the first few weeks, weight drops significantly. Well, as the show progresses, the amount of weight people are losing is less, and weight tends to plateau. The reason is that the 300-pound person gets down to 270 pounds, and they do the same 30 minutes of exercise, they're burning fewer calories because you're carrying 10% less weight. So as weight comes down, it may be easier to do the exercise because you're carrying less weight, but it becomes harder to burn off the same amount of calories that you were burning off when you were 300 pounds. So as weight does come down, if you want to maintain the same rate of weight loss, you either need to exercise a little bit more or eat a little bit less. When patients say, how much weight can I expect to lose over a period of time, meaning 6 months? If you cut out 200 calories from what you eat, and give up 2 Twix bars or a can and a half of soda, and you exercise 20 minutes more on top of what you were doing before you started the program, that's a net difference of 400 calories a day. In a week, that's 2,800 calories. 2,800 calories equates to about 1 pound. So over a 6-month period, you're going to lose 20 to 25 pounds just with those small changes. And that's with only 20 minutes of exercise if you can consistently give up 200 calories per day as well. If you say, I can't give up 200 calories or I only have time for 10 minutes of exercise, then that's fine. That's a net difference of 200 calories a day. And in a year, you would drop 20 to 25 pounds. The more you push and the more the difference is, the faster the weight loss that occurs. The overall point that I'm trying to get across is diet and exercise from a diabetes standpoint are as if not more important than anything else that either your physician does or you do to take care of yourself. From an exercise standpoint, you have to do something that you don't mind doing or enjoy doing or learn to enjoy doing so that you stick with it and you continue to do it indefinitely. From a dietary standpoint, find something that you don't mind giving up or a way to modify what you do, like making a smaller plate or not getting seconds just because they're there, so that you can continue to do that forever as well. And if you can make those 2 changes, that's going to make a big impact in your overall health and decrease everything else that falls as a result of either being pre-diabetic or becoming diabetic. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Hopefully you're able to modify your behavior somewhat. Have a good afternoon.